Hi everyone, it's Beverly Cole and welcome back to my RV studio. Today I have something to share with you that is so habit forming, I cannot believe how I had to force myself to stop. I was actually exuberant. I was having so much fun. First, I'm going to show you my inspiration. My inspiration for this project was when I looked through an art magazine, and like I said, you just want to keep looking. I saw this page and I thought, wow, these are beautiful. Aren't they beautiful? These are just different shapes and they're all one color. So it made me think of paper. Pulled that out and I put that aside as my inspiration. And then I also found this. It looks like layers of paper that form a shape and it isn't straight. And I thought, that's cool. So I tore that out. Always look at the other side. You never know what you'll find. So having those two ideas in front of me and in my mind, I started looking through magazines as I usually do. And instead of folding things straight, I started to use some angles. I have some that I sewed and I have some that I did not sew. I glued them. And the first thing I found was this building. If you remember the other video where I used the natural deckled edge, I did some folds like this on one of the pockets. So also having that in my mind, I thought, well, let me see. And I started fiddling around and folding. So this house was taller and I folded it down so that it looked like a smaller window. And then I folded up the lawn in front of the house. And this one was sewn. So it has a tuck spot and it has a little pocket and another tuck spot if you're so inclined to use this that way. And I think if I put this in a page to use that way, I would probably make sure that the page was really sturdy by adding another piece of cardstock or something underneath it so that it wasn't just paper. Like here's a piece of cardstock. I probably would make the page cardstock like you've seen me do before and then attach it that way. And if I were going to use it as a real pocket up here, I'd probably add another piece of cardstock on the back. In other words, magazine paper is pretty flimsy. You want to make sure that you support it. So I sewed this one around the edge just for fun. And then here's another one that I sewed. And this is what I mean about different angles. If you notice, I didn't think so much about the shapes of my folds as much as I thought about the shape of the road that I was folding. So here's the road, folded several times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it just gives an interesting pleat look. They are not glued, they are just folded and sewn. Here's another one I did where I sewed it, and this one was really fun because it was so easy. It's steps. It's all steps, so I just folded up the steps and I folded back the top a couple times here and sewed around 3 sides. So this could be a pocket, tuck spot, another tuck spot. But I want to also show you in a little while in the video how to use these little folds, okay? One more that I sewed. And here you can really see the angles that I formed. This is a ceiling, and I just kept folding it up and down. So you still have an interesting looking picture. That's the thing with these. They don't look weird, right? They look like a regular picture. I tried very hard not to make them look so funny. I don't want them looking, like what the heck is that? You can tell it's a road. This one especially, you can tell what it is. This you can tell, and here's the ceiling. Now this was a cathedral ceiling with a lot of beams, so I just played with it and folded it up and down. Here and here. And down here, I folded up this bottom, which is a little bit off, but no big deal. You still can see that it's a room with furniture and a very cool ceiling. And that one I sewed as well. Now these I didn't sew, but they're glued, and they're only glued on the edges. I only put glue here, so you could still use these. But if you weren't going to use these for pockets, you could sew across here. You could add different things, lace and fringe. Of course, you could still use them for pockets then. But I like to be able to see the scene. So I folded the sky. The distance is folded away. and then the houses. So instead of like in the last video where we made things look further away, this is we're kind of bringing them closer together, I guess. Just glued on the edges. Here's another, just glued on the edges. I didn't glue them till I was sure that I was happy with it. This was a blind, so I just glued it and the window and see the angles. And that just makes it interesting, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, this isn't even cut straight. These were so much fun. I am not kidding you. I couldn't stop. Okay, this is one of the first ones when I realized what you could do. It was a tall tree, and that was so easy to see that when I folded it, look, even these side trees are, of course, folded. And this is a nice deep pocket, as pockets go, and the torn edge on the bottom, and glued on the sides. Look at this one. The sky, the buildings, and they really are like sun rays the way I folded this one. And you see those folds? And then down here, I just flipped up the bottom because I didn't want to lose these, but I think there was like a word or something there that I didn't want to see. So you don't have to always make them straight. These kind of things are really going to be interesting in your journal. Here's another one. Yeah, I know, I got carried away. This one I didn't finish. So there's a couple here that I haven't even glued because I want to show you how it works. Okay, so here's the picture. Look at that. Okay, and I just folded up the bottom. And that's the thing, if you fold from the bottom up, you're going to get a deeper pocket. You can't always do that, but with this one I could. And then I could just glue or sew the edges, and I have a really nice pocket there. And then here's another one. Okay, here's what it looks like after folding, but look before. Whoops, I guess did I glue that? Oh, I don't think I really meant to. Okay, so this one, oh, I did a little bit. Oh, well, this one is glued. Anyway, just so this way I can show you. Okay, the picture was really tall because this is even taller. So I folded down a little of the edge. Actually, it's the curtain rod in there. And then I folded this up, which makes the window shorter. And then I even, well, we might as well just do the whole thing since I already tore it apart. Here's how the table looked. Okay, so we have this really long picture. In fact, it's still glued up here. It's even longer. Folded, folded, folded. You see? So much fun. It can be habit forming. So now I have some that I want to fold along with you. So looking in different magazines, you can have rooms. Rooms are fun. And of course, scenery is fun. But like I said, even that bookcase, that was really cool. So you're looking for things that have something long that perhaps you can fold and still have an interesting picture. So with this one, you're kind of hiding that piece of artwork, and I made the ladder sort of meet. So it becomes this kind of a fold, okay? And you could even fold this down if you wanted to. And have them meet or not. I like it just this way. So what I would do is take my paper trimmer and you all know how my trimmer needs a new blade. I really should order one. I would cut that off, and you always want to check the other side to make sure it's not something you could use that's even better. So important. Cut these words off. I'm doing it very gingerly because of my blade. And then here. So I'm cutting it after I have it folded. But don't be worried about it if you cut it before or after. It doesn't super matter. It's not a big deal. All right, so here we have it, right here. And it gets bigger and it gets smaller. So you can glue the sides here. And if you wanted to, of course, you could also wet the edges like I do with the Q-tip. Had my fill of that the other day. That was fun though. I don't know if I'm going to use that technique today on these, but it's fun. All of it's fun. All right, so now I have this picture, and I can put it in, glue it here on the edges. Use Fabri-Tac. Won't wet the paper. You just need a little bit of glue. Come on, a little bit, not much. Glue your picture down. And if you feel so inclined, you could also glue the back. And you have a pocket. If you wanted to make the pocket deeper, I would put it on a piece of something else and glue it down so that the pocket doesn't just go forever. But you could go back here and just snip this open. And then glue it down. And you'd have a deep pocket. You just want to make sure you have something there to catch the bottom of your pocket. Even if you didn't want to make it that deep and you just want it a little deeper, put something here, some glue or something to catch the bottom. And of course you could sew it around the edges and make it look adorable, put it on pink cardstock, whatever. It's gonna be really cute. And this is really, it's really a cute photograph. We are altering photographs is what we're doing by folding. Now this one, this is kind of a 2-in-1, is a beautiful wardrobe in a bedroom. And when you see something long like this, that should give you a hint that you can fold it. So what we do is fold up and make it shorter. And look, while I'm doing this one, I'm also doing this one. Isn't that interesting? So this has a pocket, and this has a pocket. And of course the glue, like I showed you on the other ones. And sewing and all that, and so on and so on and so on. When you see something long, that's when you know you can fold it. Don't worry about the other things in the picture because you can always crop them out, so to speak. So this one I folded up the curtain and the window to make them look kind of normal, right? And even this is semi-normal. You could cut around that hat and fold it over this if you wanted to. You can crop it out. I tried folding the bottom up. It kind of made the chair look funny. So instead, I would just fold under the edge to make it look finished. And it's going to be too wide, of course. So yeah, I probably end up just cropping that out and use my Q-tip to give it that deckled edge. So why don't we do that? A little water. And let's open it up so that we can get all the paper layers. Okay, I'm opening up all the layers. Go the crazy Q-tip lady. Guess that's what I'm going to be known as. So we are cropping this. I think I want to fold it while that's the first time I'm doing this, so I'm going to learn this together. Yeah, I had it folded so that the fold kind of works together in the fold, so that the fold is torn at the same place. That looks great. I still have this piece. Isn't it cool? And it opens like this. So I'm going to glue this here, and I'm going to lift this up, glue it here, or you could sew it. I haven't shown you guys my new sewing machine. It's lighter than my big old one that I ended up giving to the lady in the park because she needed one to fix the curtains in her RV. So I gave her my old machine. And it was still a good machine, it's just heavy. So that's glued. And like I said, if you want a deeper pocket than that, trim here, right? So let's do that. Trim, trim. And this is folded, so no one will see this. Just trim a little off. That's pretty messy, but it doesn't matter because nobody will see it. So now I can stick my hand way down in there. And when I glue it on the page, I'll probably put glue here. So let's put it in a book. I don't know if it's gonna wanna go in this book. It's still too long, so let's work on that. You know, this isn't bad if you look through it to see that, but I still don't want to put it on a page where you can't see through it. I love this page too. All right, for lack of a better place, I'm gonna put it here. And I need to fold the top down a little more So instead of just folding back this and chopping off my window, what I'll do is fold it this way, like that. Let's see, is that short enough? A little more, little more. We can fold it all the way down here. Maybe not that much, because there we go. Let's leave some curtain showing, curtain rod. See if it's small enough now. It is. I don't really like that placement though. Oh, how about here? I haven't put anything in this frame yet, but look, the green and the green. I told you how I am about color. We'll glue this here, because this is our new fold. We folded the window down. Because we still want it to look like a window. If we just cut it off, we'd be losing some of the definition of that curtain rod. Hold it there. And then we're going to glue it in. I need to tear some more of this off. I'm sorry. Just cut a little more off here. This is already glued. We have to go on the back. I've got to find something for that frame. But now with this picture here, that kind of gives me some kind of an idea of what I want to put there. Let me just glue this again. I don't think I put enough glue there. It's falling out. Oh, I think I used a glue stick with this one. Yeah. We'll come back to that frame. This is from the frames video. I will link that one to in the end of the video if I remember. I'm gluing. And I'm putting a line of glue across here because I don't want the pocket to go into eternity, which could happen. And of course you can ink the edges and all that, of course. But this video isn't about inking. This video is about folding. Have you ever seen so much about folding magazines? So there, we have this folded. We have a pocket. We have a frame to fill. Isn't that nice? And of course, like I said, lace. You can add lace and oh my gosh, all kinds of things. Buttons and, you know, all the things that you enjoy doing. Personally, my favorite thing is paper. Love it. Okay, here is a kitchen. Again, long. Oh, long, right? Even the lamp. I mean, you could even fold the lamp and make it, oopsie, shorter by folding it this way. I'm gonna fold the window up. And then if you want to, you can even fold it again. But I think for this one, I'm just gonna do the one fold. Keep it simple at first. You know, if you're a little intimidated, and don't be intimidated, it's just a magazine. Really, it's just a magazine. That's all it is. And like I said, you could do the lantern too. So let's do the lantern too. Oh, that looks kind of cool, right? Yeah. So you would just glue, and even if you're sewing, do some glue first. Even if it's a glue stick, it's gonna help your paper stay together when you're sewing it. Okay. We see long, long, right? Beautiful. We don't want the words. First, we can just kind of fold it right under the words. Like this. Oh, I'm looking at that. You could even leave a little bit of that just for interest if you like to. It's kind of pretty. I'm going to just fold it up like that. Okay, so we have a pocket up here. And then I'm going to fold it again. And I'm going to bring this right up to here. Right where that bunching of the fat, well, maybe not even that far up. Just want to match, but we want to, you know, we don't want to have that statue there either. So, well, we can leave her. We can put something there. Yeah, you can always add something else. So you can do that. Give it 2 folds to match the fabric better. And do it again. We're not even sure what that is anymore in the middle. Okay, you can do that. And you could do it again. So try, instead of having to cut the paper all the time to fit in your book, you can just fold it. Some interesting folds. And you know what else this reminds me of? There's a Tim Holtz thing you can get to cut out for your junk journal pages to put all different things in. That's what this reminds me of right here. You know? So you could stick tags in there, but I'm going to show you something else in a minute that you can do to kind of go along with the theme. Okay, so there's another fold. Started out like this and ends up like this. You could make them interactive too. And I'm going to show you how to do that with one of the other ones that we're going to get to, because it's a different way of folding. It's the same, but different. And here we go. 2 doors and something in the middle. A repetition this way that meets in the middle. Let's check it out. Instead of folding it this way, we're folding it sideways. So you bring the doors together. That's what I did. And then you can glue them so that, you know, this one opens if you want. Or what I was thinking, put 2 little tabs so that you can pull it open like that. Isn't that neat? This is also something I would put onto cardstock. So let's do that. Get a piece of cardstock and we're gonna glue this. When you glue this, you wanna make sure you have enough glue on it so that when you start playing with it, it doesn't come apart. Love the deckled edge, so I'm gonna put the deckled edge off a little bit. See how I put it off the edge? Right there. I'm gonna use my brayer to make sure the glue is everywhere. And then we'll cut this out. Do not use your paper trimmer unless this is completely dry, because it will pick up the edge. It will. What I'm gonna do is leave the edge out a little bit. That way I won't cut the magazine. It worked. Yay. Okay, and then I'll use this edge. Hey, it's working. And then the top edge. I'll leave like that. Okay. And you can remember how we did fold it. And use my brayer to help me fold. And you could cut the top off too, but look what happens when you open it. How cool is that, you know? So let's leave that. So you put this in the book, glue it in. You glue in this part. This part is not glued. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here. And we're gonna glue this down. Center it on the page so you're happy with it. So we have all this, half of it is not glued down, the other half is, and then we can fold it closed. Well, one thing you could put here is some kind of a little tab, a little thing that you can turn sideways. Let's see what I have. We want something that's gonna be able to hold it but also move. So I think what that might be is maybe a brad and something else that can slide sideways. Will it go through the hole? That's the whole question. Yes, it does go through the hole. Perfect. Okay, so what I want to do here is make something with this little brad. I can move it. I don't know if you can see that, but I need to make a hole. I've got all these needles. One of them will surely work. All right, so we want it like that. So I'm going to put it through here. Oh, I hope this works. I hope. Open up my brad and fix it so it's not on the fold. Okay, so what this will do, wait a minute. I think I put it on the wrong door. I did. So pretend there's no hole there. What we're gonna do is put it through this. And it's gonna go through my page. So I'm gonna lift this up again. And this is the thing with this Fabri-Tac. The glue is amazing. I can lift this for a little while, and I can make the hole for the little thing with the needle again in this door. Yes, this is the door that doesn't move. Doesn't move. And then I have to open up my brad, which means I have to peel this apart more. Are you seeing this? Are you watching this craziness? Yeah, this is me. This is the crazy. But that's because I'm just doing it for the first time with you guys. I don't want it sticking out on the next page. Then I'll have to worry about what I put on there. It really looks horrible from this. Showing you how to make mistakes and not make mistakes. More glue. Don't want this opening up. Press this down. And we have this adorable little thing hanging. Look at that little heart. Isn't that cute? All right, so when this closes, the little heart can go over and hopefully hold that door shut. Enough. Hold it enough. And you get a lot of them. I got these on Amazon. All right, so here's one side of them and here's the other side of them. I'm going to put the sticky side. We'll put one here. See, no one will see it, right? And then one down here. Make them kind of even. And then this is the other side, which I'll put here on top of that one. And here on top of this one with the sticky side up, so that when I go like this, they will stick to the door. Then this will just pull open. You could do just that or both things. I just think it's so cute. Yeah, these are great. I think if I'd had something round that kind of moved over, this is a little bit weak, but look how cute that is. Okay, so that's one way. Not that you do necessarily the exact same thing, and this really should be in a room, but that's just to show you how to do that. And this one's called Magic Tricks, which I find pretty funny. And you can fold up the shelf like this. And then you can fold this up to kind of match the things on the shelf if you want to. And you don't have to go straight. You could go crooked. Doesn't matter. Crookedy crook. I probably would just fold this up because the extra paper just makes it more secure. You have a pocket here, you have a pocket here. Or again, you could open it up again. It all depends on how much you want to play with it. I think that's so cute. But Magic Tricks might be cool if you had something where you could open it. Here's one where it's just art in the top, but I don't want that word first. So we're just gonna hide it. Don't even have to cut it out. It's just part of the fold. And this one has a really nice deep pocket already. And you just fold up the words at the bottom like that. Trim it off where you want it. Maybe you only want this one chair. And maybe you want 2 chairs like that. Just depending on how you want to play with it. And sewing and so on. So much fun. I'm telling you, these things are habit forming. Then I saw this one. And at first I thought maybe the window, but I decided because of the way the chairs are, it's kind of like a mirror image. So things that are wide, things that are wide, you can go this way. So what I did was I folded this all the way over, and you could put this in as a belly band or a page edge. I don't even have to add more cardstock if this is thick enough, and I think it just might be thick enough. We put it in the book. Yeah, see, so it's not hanging over because I don't really care for what's on this side. So we'll just put this where we want it and make sure we have enough of the picture that makes it interesting when we open it, because part of the lamp's going to be cut off. Or we could put the lamp here and the bottom would be cut off. But I think I want the chairs. Cut it about here. Match that up with the length. Decide where I'm going to end it by folding it here. Okay, so I cut off the top and I cut off the bottom. I'm going to put it here on the edge of the page and fix it so that you can open it like that. Okay, just like we did before. So with this one, since the paper is so light, I think I could probably just put a little tab. And I want you to know this idea right here just came to me. So by playing and experimenting, you're gonna have some fun and you're gonna find things that you never knew you were going to find. Put it here. And then it will fold out. I'm gonna have to glue this down because that will help make it sturdier. So let's glue that down. And then this is going to be folded here. This one is not as, it's not really interesting right here. So when you see this, it might be like, what is that? But we can put a circle here and have it open up. We get a circle punch. How about if we cut this with this design? That might look really great. I'm gonna cut a circle with this design on half of it, like this. Then I'll glue that on. I probably could have glued it on first, but that's okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna glue that on to the circle, okay? Like that. And then I'm gonna stick the circle here. Not there. I'm gonna, yeah. Yes, the circle goes here. Put glue on it and we will center it, kind of. You don't want it sticking to anything else. Let it do its thing for a second here. Kind of fun. This can be covered by something else. That's a page in progress. That's a page in progress. I wanted to show you other things to do with the pockets that are made. And you may not even want to put anything in the pockets. But if you do, then you want to look for things that kind of go along with what you have. Here I have some picture frames, so those could go in a pocket of a room. And here I have some spoons, so if you have a pocket that has to do with any kind of food or tea, anything like that, what I'm doing here is gluing these all onto a piece of cardstock. That's all I'm doing. And then I will cut them all out. It's easier to cut them when they're on the cardstock. This is what you would do with all of your little friends here, all these little things. These can be cut out of the same room, they can be cut out of the same magazine or not. You may just find things that look good in your little folds. So let's see. Now here we have this room, right? And we folded it up. I could put, if you wanted to, things like, a book or a piece of anything like that. If you wanted to, you don't have to. And of course you can always just add them anywhere in the picture. It's all up to you. It's a fun project. This, like I said, was really fun. And I hope you will try this because it's just amazing. Let me know in the comments what you think and if you think it's as habit forming as I do. Now remember, you can go to my Facebook page that's called, it's actually a group page, Beverly Cole Studio, and you can post your art projects that you have made from my videos. See you next time. Bye.